Today's divination theme is whether your relationship with him could bloom. Silently think about the question thrice and choose the one that connects with you the deepest. Is it written? Hello friends of the first group of cards. I think most of you in this group are already ambiguous and are close to the stage of blooming. You are not alone in pressing you silently. What you really like in the end is bi-directional richness. The other party also has this kind of intention towards you. It's just that neither of you are being too proactive right now. Synchronize your relationships, because although your feelings are quite deep in the overall lineup, there is a fire element card, so your relationship seems to be progressing a bit slowly, always in a state of unspoken anticipation, guessing each other. It feels like some of your actions with him are already close to lovers. It's just that there is a confession now. He usually expresses his good feelings for you, and you can clearly feel that he will take the initiative to chat with you. I'll take care of your knife too. Your tone of speech is very gentle. Sometimes you guys talk about emotional matters. The relationship isn't just a pure co-worker or classmate relationship. There's a bit of ambiguity, but he always keeps a certain distance from you. This is the current state of your relationship. Actually, we haven't come to that step yet, even though there's ambiguity, because the progress is rather slow. It's always lukewarm, always taking it slow, a long stream of thin water kind of relationship. On the other hand, you really need to watch this point. Currently, for your relationship, it might all come from a go with the flow and laissez-faire attitude. Even though you're very anxious and unsure, you called the center card Victory Cup 5. This unrequited love still makes you a bit sad and lost, because you're more serious and invested in this relationship than he is. So you hope to get a decision from him sooner, but he is always passive, so maybe you will progress to a blooming degree at most in the next 3 months. You still need to wait for the result. Hello friends of the second set of cards. All three of you are big arcana cards. I think the entanglement of fate between you and this boy is deeper. The energy between you and him is heavy. Okay, although your relationship status is not very good at the moment, you also have this aspect. You are destined to have a relationship with him. No matter the outcome, as long as you feel no regrets, I will save you with my heart. At least it's a trial. Most of this group is probably infatuation, or already broken up or facing a split. The relationship between you and him is at a critical point. One step forward and it's a whole different world. However, this situation will not be resolved quickly. I know you're eager for a result now, but it's not the time yet. The angel's trumpet is full of your efforts in this relationship. It also made you realize the importance of this relationship in your heart. Moreover, this chariot card in the upright position represents that your current situation will continue. In fact, both you and he have a very indifferent attitude towards this relationship. You are obviously obsessed, but you insist on showing an indifferent appearance. The current emotion gives you a sense of reluctantly maintaining it. In fact, in your heart you feel that you may not be able to go on. Perhaps there is no result, but he just keeps you hanging, not giving you a final sentence. In fact, the emotional connection between you and him is still strong. This Queen card also indicates that. The story between you hasn't ended yet. There's still more exciting things to happen. Now it's more like a story in your relationship. The transition period is just that this time may be a bit long. So long that you want to give up. In fact, you might as well go with the flow now. Don't be too demanding. You will be anxious to get a result. Because your relationship blossoms a bit slowly, the fruit comes a bit late. But this Queen card shows that in the end, you will definitely have a very abundant ending with flowers. There is fruit, there is everything you have been longing for. Wait quietly for the flowers to bloom. Hello to the friends in group 3 who are filming. You and people should have a common group, like classmates, colleagues, this kind of relationship like people around you. A person who can meet and understand each other regularly. This relationship started unexpectedly at dawn, because the devil card is here. Chapter 1, what you guys actually publicly talked about is the hormones of Western medicine. At first, he indeed thought he was good looking, and he also thought you were good looking. This mutual attraction was not taken too seriously at the beginning. There will be ambiguities and doubts about emotional issues, but it may all be a casual attitude without worries about the future. However, considering that it is absolutely good to maintain the current relationship, but in fact, you are the kind that starts with appearance and ends with soul. Over time, as you gradually spend time with him, you no longer take things lightly like you did at the beginning. Actually, he was the one who took the initiative, and he was the first one to chat with you. You initially found it useful but not particularly concerned, but unexpectedly, you fell deeper and ended up reversing your positions. You start to become anxious to validate his liking for you, Sometimes it can seem overly flustered. On the contrary, it will cause some unnecessary normal contradictions, and he will feel strange that he was getting closer to you. Getting closer because I think you are beautiful, and I feel relaxed and natural with you. Unexpectedly, you started to change a bit later, and the interaction with you seems to have begun to carry a shackle. But you don't have to be too stressed. This is just a relationship after all. It's about change. The highest authority behind is hinting that your relationship with him is very stable. Even if there are hiccups along the way, it won't completely break you up. And your group has a lot of higher energy. This mutual attraction has never faded away, and even intensifies. So actually your relationship is generally advancing rather quickly. Although there are quarrels, you guys will make up quickly. Will also recontact you every few days. The relationship with him can not only blossom, but also has a high probability of bearing fruit. I would suggest not to be too obsessed. Don't be too controlling, and don't let yourself be overly emotional and overthink. As long as you naturally interact with him, everything will follow its course. The divination of this issue is over. See you next time.